After celebrating 40 years of Kung Fu Master, I thought it was time to revisit a game that definitely took inspiration from IREM's groundbreaking martial arts adventure. In 1988, Data East unleashed Bad Dudes vs Dragonninja, a game that captured the attention of arcade enthusiasts everywhere. It took the beat-em-up formula to new levels, incorporating platform elements from classics like Rolling Thunder and weapons inspired by Double Dragon. Many of Data East's most popular games of this time followed a similar formula and shared many elements between them. The likes of Robocop and Sly Spy definitely share some key features, from the graphics and stage design to the difficulty spike in later levels. To finish these games, you'll need a lot of practice or a lot of credits. Players are thrown into the roles of Blade and Striker, two bad dudes that have been tasked with rescuing President Ronnie from the Dragonninja gang. The game begins with a briefing, detailing your mission and asking the all-important question: are you a bad enough dude to rescue Ronnie? This screen is such a memorable part of the game. The warning sound and text that appear instantly transport me back to the late 80s. The controls are simple and effective, with punches and kicks being thrown with one button and jump with the other. The power punch can be effective, but charging it up does leave you vulnerable to attack. You begin on a two-tier street, fighting off ninjas from every angle. Around mid-stage, you are faced with an important decision: jump up to avoid the dogs, or down to avoid the truckload of ninjas. If a red ninja drops a set of nunchucks, it's a game changer. Suddenly, the game becomes a lot easier as your attacks reach much further. It's also worth picking up the knife, but it is less effective. Finally, you reach the end of level boss, who just so happens to be Karnov, one of Data East's most memorable mascots. Dodge Karnov's fire breath and live to fight another day.
I'm bad!
After your best Michael Jackson impression, it's off to fight on top of a moving truck. Balancing on top of a moving truck must be difficult enough, without being attacked by ninjas. Make it through, and it's time to face off against Iron, the boss with a mask and claws. I wonder if he's met Vega from Street Fighter. I absolutely love the music in this stage, and it fits the action perfectly. Stage 3 is set in the sewers. There are no mutants here, just ninjas. This stage features one of the most iconic boss characters, the Green Multiplying Ninja. Stage 4 is set in the woods. It's much the same thing as you fight through until you reach Animal, a character whose yell is so loud the whole arcade would have heard it. As if fighting on top of a truck was dangerous enough. Stage 5 is set on top of a moving train. You'll fight ninjas and jump the gaps between carriages before facing the chain-wielding boss. Stage 6 is set in a cave full of falling rocks with a boss that performs a deadly spin attack with a staff weapon. Stage 7 is the hideout, which features a boss rush before you face the leader of the Dragonninja gang. The game can be finished fairly quickly, but it's such an amazing experience from start to finish. Once the president is rescued, he thanks you for your help and invites you to go and grab a burger. What a great way to celebrate your victory. The ending screen in the Japanese version features a statue of the bad dudes instead of an image of a celebration in front of the White House. A game as popular as Bad Dudes was always going to be ported to home systems, but unfortunately, the overall quality of the ports was pretty dismal. An early port to the Sega Mega Drive would have been ideal, but the only 16-bit versions arrived on the Amiga and Atari ST, and they should have been much better. Most of my experience playing this at home was with the Commodore 64 version. This was always an absolute pain to play, as the controls didn't work in the same way as the arcade, with holding buttons and directions ruining the overall flow of the game. The NES version suffers from very choppy gameplay, and this totally ruins what should have been a decent port. The ZX Spectrum version wasn't too bad, it had some good visuals, but the gameplay was very slow. As far as sequels go, there has never been a direct follow-up. There was a Kickstarter project for Bad Dudes 2 in 2012 that unfortunately faded away. In 1990, Data East released Too Crude, a spiritual successor to Bad Dudes which turned the chaos dial up to maximum. This was a fantastic game that was set in a post-apocalyptic future, where throwing cars and street signs is a part of everyday life. The Mega Drive port was outstanding, and is a great representation of the arcade original. It's just a shame that the PAL version had such bad artwork. The arcade version of Bad Dudes appeared on the Data East collection for the Wii, and has been released on various modern systems since then. This was the first game that Makoto Kikuchi designed for Data East. The success of Bad Dudes was followed up by the likes of Sly Spy, Joe and Mac, and Tumble Pop. Bad Dudes stood alongside the likes of Kung Fu Master, Double Dragon, and the Ninja Warriors in developing my lifelong love of the beat-em-up genre. 1998 was the year when it was all about being a bad dude and taking on the Dragonninja gang. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below and subscribe to the channel for more retro gaming content.
Yeah.